The streets of Coralag stank of blaster burns and desperation. Imperial patrols marched in perfect sync, but beneath their boots, the underworld thrived like a stubborn fungus. And in the middle of it all, leaning against a busted swoop bike outside the Black Nebula Cantina, was Rook Varda, smuggler, occasional rebel, and full-time idiot. "You look nervous, mate," said Pax Orlo, a weak with a jagged scar running down his temple. He leaned in close, stirring the sour stench of ale and bad decisions. "I don't like nervous." "I'm not nervous," Rook said, sucking in a breath. "I'm calculating." Pax snorted. "Calculating what? How much piss is in your trousers?" "Not yet," Rook muttered, "but we'll see how the next 5 minutes go." See, here was the problem. The rebels needed weapons, and Rook needed credits. Simple trade. But the bloke he was supposed to be buying from? That turned out to be Moff Alric Bloody Voss. Yeah, that Moff Voss, the butcher of Garrus IV, the man who made Wookiee pelt jackets fashionable, and he was currently sitting at a back table, swirling a glass of Chandrelin wine like he didn't personally have the death count of a small moon. Rook licked his lips. "All right, change of plans." "Too late," Pax said, nodding toward the 2 stormtroopers moving their way. Rook exhaled through his nose. "Right then. We improvise." 5 minutes later, blaster fire filled the cantina. Screams, smoke, the unmistakable smell of scorched upholstery. Rook rolled over the bar, bottle of Corellian whiskey in one hand, stolen data spike in the other. "Okay, that could have gone better." Pax crouched behind an overturned sabak table, reloaded his blaster. "Mate, if this was your plan, you need a new line of work." Rook peeked up. Moff Voss was still standing, furious, holding a small vibro dagger like some aristocratic maniac who'd lost his actual weapons. "Kill them," the Moff bellowed. "See," Rook shouted over the chaos, "this is why no one invites you to parties." Then the ceiling exploded, a freighter, ugly, patchwork, and about 1 engine away from total collapse, hovered just above the cantina, turret cannons smoking. Over the open comms came a voice drenched in sarcasm. "Rook, tell me you're not dead yet, because if I flew all the way down here for a corpse, I'm charging extra." Rook grinned. "Kara, love, you know I live to disappoint. Get on the ship, idiot." He didn't need telling twice. Ducking under blaster fire, Rook and Pax sprinted out the smoking doorway and onto the waiting loading ramp. As soon as their boots hit the deck, the ship lurched upward, engines howling. Inside the cockpit, Kara, a dark-haired, fire-eyed scoundrel with a blaster pistol that had saved Rook's skin more times than he cared to admit, turned in her seat. "Did you get the data spike?" Rook, panting, held it up. "Right here." "And the credits?" "Ah." He winced. "Funny thing about that," Kara pinched the bridge of her nose. "Rook, we needed those credits." "Yeah, well, we also needed not to get shot in the head. We can't have everything, Kara." Pax sat back, sighing. "So, that's the Imperial fleet chasing us, yeah?" Kara looked at the scanners. "Oh yeah, whole damn task force." Rook shrugged. "You know, I've always wanted to see if we can jump to hyperspace inside a city's atmosphere." Kara's jaw tightened. "Rook, what's life without a little risk? Short." But she pulled the lever anyway. The ship screamed into hyperspace just as Coralag's skyline lit up with the explosion of a very, very angry Imperial pursuit. Later, Rook sat in the cargo hold, grinning as he flipped the stolen data spike in his fingers. "You know, for a bloke with no credits, no plan, and no luck, I think I did all right today." Kara threw a hydrospanner at his head. Rook ducked. "Oi!" "Next time," she said, "when you say easy job, I'm feeding you to the Empire myself." Rook smirked. "Come on, love. You'd miss me." Kara just shook her head and stomped off. Pax chuckled. "You do know she's going to kill you one day, right?" Rook leaned back, lacing his fingers behind his head. Yeah, but until then." He flipped the data spike into the air, catching it neatly. "Reckon we just might win this war after all."